Hello everybody, and today's video is me deciding to embarrass myself on the internet and telling you my embarrassing stories. This is me getting tired of internet being fake. This is my life. Maybe this is your life. Sometimes we're going to start with the most recent story that has happened to me. It's the story with the horse biting, and this is actually second time in 2 years that the horse has bit me. Not the same. We were on the horse riding tour. I'm from Kazakhstan. We have mountains here. We have so many horses. We went to the horse farm, then we got the horses, then we started the walk. The road where we were going, it's not in the city, it's actually like in the mountain. The road was very narrow and we were like group of 8 or group of 10. Then a car started to go our way, so we all had to move in one way. All of the horses, they were kind of like aggressive, I think tired, maybe they didn't get the proper care, so they were mad. They didn't want to go on that ride. I get it, but I didn't know that beforehand. Maybe if I knew that the horses were not taken care of properly, we wouldn't have come in the first place. My horse was perfect. I was bitten by other horse. We were on that narrow road and we were coming in one direction, and then I like feel burning thing on my leg. I look down and I see that the horse is biting me. The woman, she was riding that horse, and she was an amateur, so she didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to control the horses. I don't blame that woman and I don't blame the horse. And they were kind of biting each other throughout that way. They were biting each other's butts, they were biting each other's tails. I was the luckiest one out of them all. Was lucky enough to get bitten by the horse. Second time in 2 years. First time when I was bitten by the horse, it was actually when I was feeding them. It was Royal Horses of the France, because I was working there. They like supervised the region. Then I was feeding a horse. He ate all of it, going like this, searching for food. He didn't bit like that. He was actually chewing on my hand. I have a scar here. I'm not flipping you off, but this is the scar. I didn't scream, I didn't yell, neither the first time nor the second time. The first time I almost fainted. I couldn't see properly, I couldn't hear properly, but I tried to control myself, and then I received a patch. It was actually also embarrassing. Can you imagine a horse chewing on your hand when you try to feed it? That's embarrassing. And second time, I showed my leg to my mom and my stepfather, and he was like, "We need to go to the hospital now. I need to get the vaccine from tetanus."
Rabies.
I also got the vaccine from rabies, which I did not think that this could happen actually. When I was in the hospital, I had my case from my headphones in my hoodie. I think I dropped my case or something, but I don't blame myself for that, just because I was so sick. I'm so scared of the needles. I'm so scared of that, and I fainted. I got 3 needle shots. 3. I was carrying my hoodie. I guess I dropped my case and it was stolen. This is me from the future, and I'm editing this video, and actually it was not stolen. I'm just dumb. I forgot it in the bus, and I went to the police station and they helped me find it, and I have it now, so everything is alright. Moral of the story: don't go horse riding, or don't feed them. Second story is from my modeling. I was modeling for local shops, and I don't have big boobs. I wear sticky bras, nipple pasties. It fell off on the ground twice. One time it was when we were filming on the street. We were waiting. We were in Starbucks. My nipple pasty fell there. I had to stick it back though. Second time my nipple pasty fell was someone was talking to me, I guess, and I realized that it just it just fell. Second time it fell in front of the guy. What is the moral of this story? Don't wear nipple pasties. Third story, I'm in my husband's family chat. It was before Christmas and they put a Christmas tree. They're very funny couple. his aunt, her husband, I'm used to them joking around and stuff. They sent their Christmas tree in the group chat with no text, just a simple photo of a tree. And it was like this big. I thought that they were like jokingly saying that, not even saying like, this is what we got. Nah, this is this is our tree. And I thought that it was a joke. And I decided to send a video. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I sent a video of this tiny Christmas tree.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Proxime ame meriekeje.
And then I realized that maybe they weren't joking. Maybe it was like actually the tree that they were looking for so long. They were very happy about their tree. And me, the Grinch, deciding to ruin that moment. That was embarrassing. And I felt very bad. I didn't say sorry though, because I didn't know if they were mad at me. I don't think they're mad at me. Don't do that, people. About materialistic things, don't joke. My fourth embarrassing story, me and my husband losing a snowboard, a rented one. And if you have ever rented a snowboard, you know that the fee is very high. Spoiler alert, we found it. We were on the highest top of the mountain, which is 3,200 meters above the sea. It's also hard to breathe. It was the start of the snowboarding season, so not all of the roads were available because it was still a little bit hot. And the cable car, it worked specific time. If you haven't gotten to the starting point of the cable car, there would be like no way to get down. Just keep that in mind, okay? My husband grabs two snowboards. He didn't manage to get two, so one snowboard slid under the railing.
У тебя же нет его ДНК.
And we're back. On there, it was like a huge slope. It was going like this, and then down there with all of the trees where nobody could have ever like ridden a snowboard. Snowboarders are crazy, so maybe they could have. We don't see any trace, we don't see any like mark on the snow that something like was going down there. I was praying to God, please let us find the snowboard. Beforehand, I lost a glove and I was like, oh no, we have to pay the fee. And then God was like, baby, if you are whining about like a fee over a glove that costs like €5, let me show you, like €10, okay? Let me show you the real fee that you can have. So be grateful. Then we lost the snowboard trope. So hard. It's so hard to go down there, and it was also icy, so it was very slippery. I was like, God, please let us find the snowboard. And I turn my head up on that hill. I see my snowboard. Oh, thank goodness, the only thing left is to grab it. That was actually the hardest thing. My husband, oh, my line. Okay, we'll continue without the line. My husband was climbing up that hill with all that snow, and when he was halfway through, there was like no way of going up because it was so high, and the hill goes like almost 90-degree angle. Then he had to go back there, and remind you, it's very icy, so he fell several times. He couldn't reach it, so he had to grab a railing, then go like this, then he had to step outside of the railing and go like that near the railing just to go to a safe space. And I was down there just because I thought maybe if he like missed it or it slipped out of his hands, I could have like caught it. And then we were like, okay, we got it. He's there, he got the snowboard, and then we hear the cable car stops. We invite last riders to go down. And we're like, oh shit. He's already in the safe space. He's waiting for me, and he's laying on the ground. His heart is pounding. he's breathing hardly just because I told you that it's very hard. And then me climbing up that hill on the other side. And mind you, I have other snowboard. We had two. He grabbed mine. I was having his, and I had to climb that hill with that snowboard on my back. I'm already out of breath. Another man, he saw me and he was like, "You could have climbed a ladder." And I was like, "There was a ladder?" I'm climbing that up. I'm finishing what I started. In that moment, I was hating hikers because I did not enjoy that. It was so stressful. You were out of breath, you out of strength, you out of a will to continue. And I was like, no way, people do that for fun. I climbed up that hill with that ginormous snowboard and we made it to the cable car. And we have last story but not the least. It's again from my modeling. They had a very fun idea to shoot a video inside the moving truck. I was inside the moving truck. They had an idea and the last thing had to be thrown into the camera. And it was a jacket, a very heavy jacket actually. When I was throwing that thing, the girl who was filming me, I accidentally hit her and I felt very bad. After that video, I was never invited again. I don't think that that's the reason behind them not inviting me anymore. She was like, "Don't worry about it, it's okay, I'm okay, it's all good." And thankfully, she didn't have any bruises. I'm clumsy, sometimes I can joke badly, sometimes I don't think what I'm saying. I just gotta accept it, and I did. These stories, I hope that it helped you, maybe, to feel less embarrassed about yourself, because there are things that were worse in my life. Those are like top 5 stories that has happened during this period from September to last week. You can imagine how many embarrassing stories I have, which I just don't remember. We are at 6K subscribers. Thank you guys so much for following me, for supporting me, for commenting, for liking my videos, for liking me. I'm so happy about that, and that was actually what I was dreaming for as long as I can remember, because I always wanted to be around the filming space, around some modeling careers. I love you guys so much, and bye!